YouTube, have been busy. The beast is back. Actually, it looks quite a bit shorter than me, but actually, I thought it was 6 feet high. It's maybe not. It's only 5'4" or something like that. This is the beast, the big Marshall bass amp that I've had since 1999, something like that. Back when I thought, so we've got 400 watt head, 4x10, and a 1x15, but they're big cabinets. This is also the bass I played. So this was gigging thing for me round about 2000-ish. So it works, because I wouldn't be putting this video up if it didn't work. I haven't even turned it on yet. So let's see if it works. I'm not using any, so I'm not got that mic on. I've just got this mic. It'll probably overload it, because this thing goes so loud it'll make you sick. So the reason I can't use it, I don't know if you can hear it. Sounds a wee bit like the proton packs in Ghostbusters. That's the volume at nothing. Oh my god. That is, I don't think the mic's not picking it up, but it's like, woo, it works. So I'm going to lug this to the, oh my god. Gee, you can't use that in the house. I don't know if you can hear the fan, but wow. You don't hear it in the studio, obviously, but wow, it's a loud thing. Yeah, so come and see after the end and or and more. And I need to definitely work out whether it's the 4th or the 5th. It's the Thursday night, whatever one it is. And I'm going to take this thing. And this thing, I've never heard a bass amp like it. Whoa! That, I can totally feel it through the soles of my feet. And I'm wearing these super basketball boots, which are new, so they've got quite thick soles. But wow, can I feel it? Oh, jeez. One of the problems with this particular amp is, see when you turn it up, because it's got so much headroom. It's like, you know, if you look at the Ampeg, I can't remember what they're called. They used to have them in Berkeley Studios. The Ampeg 200 watts. On the back, they say 2000 watts because it's 2000 watt headroom or something like that. So 200 watt in the front, 2000 watts if you measure it the other way. That one's 400 watts if you measure it normally, 10,000 watts. It's like the other way. That's why this dynamic bass system thing is. I don't know what it is. It actually came from the Practice Pad rehearsal studio, and it was always my favourite amp. And the guy's like, oh, people complain about it. I don't know, maybe it doesn't do some things. It does what I want, ridiculously so. And that's as low as the volume goes. Oh no, okay, there. It's not really engaged. Looking at the VU meters, it seems to be handling okay though. Jesus! Yeah, I mean, it's... Just chat it a wee bit there. That's me turned it up to almost a quarter. I mean... I'm really looking forward to playing it. The last time I actually played it was... the 17th of August 2019 was the last time it was on properly. I think I might have taken the head into the studio a couple of times actually. But I mean, it's that whole... You know, oh, everything's fine. It's just like, makes me jump out my skin. I'd imagine it's probably just overloading this microphone. I'm also intentionally standing in front of this microphone so you're not getting the blast of sound. The hell is that? It's making that radiator vibrate on that note. temptation is to play that all night. I can't do that. There's other people living in the street. It's insane. It's far too big. I mean, to be honest, it was always too big. Back in the day, I think it's kind of the last of its era. I don't think you really can you even buy amps like that anymore? The thing you get now is you get a wee, is it a Class D it's called, sort of, thing that almost fits the size of a VHS tape, kind of fits in your gig bag, and it's 200 watts, and it's good, it's big enough to gig with. But I mean, that's the sort of thing you play the bars without a PA. Be fine. It's quite disturbing, the clarity that comes out. I think a headroom's the word I'm looking for. It's like when you turn it up, when you turn a wee tranny amp, a wee guitar amp up, the louder you turn it, the more distorted it sounds. And when you turn the volume on your telly up, the perceived volume is much higher because it's distorting at the edges. That doesn't distort at all. But the result is you turn it up, you get to half, and you're like that pure. Oh, I'm not really getting any distortion. It doesn't really seem that loud. And you turn around and the drummer, well, in this case it was Rob the drummer, was sitting there hitting a cymbal which was there, going, Jesus, that's loud, and I couldn't hear the cymbal, even though the cymbal was closer than the amp, and he was like, turn it down, my God. It's like, I literally, if I turned that up, I could play along with the Sabbath band, and you would just hear clear bass. There would be no drums, and there would be no guitar. It's so fucking loud. So, I mean, it's going to be a nightmare at the gig. I know it is. It's going to be facing the wall, and at a quarter, and probably one of the cabinets disconnected because just nobody can handle the amount of bass this thing puts out. But to be honest, I would have sold it if I thought this thing is, because it's so big, it's not worth any money. You can pick these things up, not that expensive. There's a 200 watt head, which was an awful lot more popular, and you also get various different types of cabinet that are all that size. There's my normal amp, that's 150 watt, and that's kind of like the Marshall valve state version of that. This is about maybe 5 years older. And my favourite thing about when I bought that, which I didn't really know until I'd bought it, I didn't pay 30 quid for that. It was like, oh, those knobs look familiar. It's basically got all the same knobs in the same order. The same thing. I think the only real difference was that's got a button, or I think you can actually foot switch it for the EQ on it, whereas the EQ's just on. But I think everything else is kind of the same. It's also got an awful lot more DI options, but very similar things. It's got like a... No, I can't play it. It's just like, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, it's unbelievable. I've had it. If you're playing, in the studio, playing through the big Ampeg, or not, they're SKS amps, but the same sort of thing, 8x10 cabinet. You can kind of feel it, flapping your trousers a little bit. That thing, it's physically like someone just going like that. I mean, that was not a fake reaction when I accidentally played the note loud when I turned it up to just slightly over a quarter. So, yes. So, and it's not staying there. You can't really have an amp like that in a house. Also, the fisheye lens effect is actually making it look smaller than it seems to be. Well, you know what I mean. Yes. So there you go. It did work, but you knew that I told you that at the start, that basically if it hadn't worked, I think it's really annoying, but that was in the Practice Pad studio for, I don't know, a couple of years, maybe 4 years, something like that. And then I've had it ever since. So it had probably quite a hard life for 4 years, and then it was just me. And that's, I probably played through it, apart from that gig, which was like an hour and a half. I've probably only played through it for... It's totally disgusting, me having it. If that sold for what it should be, I would have just sold it, because you don't need to... Modern bands don't need an amp like that. It's more for even for a rehearsal studio, it's stupid. It's like having an amp that you can turn up to the point where you can't hear that the drums are playing. Not saying you can't hear the drums clearly or understandably. I'm saying you could be playing bass with that amp and there could be a drummer there and you don't know he's playing. That's how loud it is. Rocking 400 watts, man's amp. Didn't need it. But look at, I was a wee bastard when I was 21, whoever it was, playing, like a just by chance, playing like a pure super top, the best bass in the world, basically, and the biggest amp you can really get, I think. When we used to go into the practice pad, I preferred using Room 1 because it was that instead of the Ampegs, because it sounds better than the Ampegs do. Possibly more because of the stuff I listen to and I like. Maybe if we were doing other kind of music, maybe if it was like, I don't know, sort of funk or something, it might not be quite as neutral. Or maybe if you're one of those bass players that doesn't, you don't want to hear me. No, I'll just play the root notes. I'll turn all the tone off, and I'll just play the root notes of the rhythm guitar, so I can just boom, 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 and I can enjoy being in a band, and I can stand on stage, and you can't hear me, and it's like I was never that. So it's kind of worth coming. It's honestly, it's worth coming to see. And I'm just like, so you can come to see the band, and then come after you enjoy. Come up here. Oh, that bass amp wasn't that loud. No, it's gonna be. I'm going to go boom, and you're going to go fucking hell, my lungs. You know what I mean? Rock on.